Bahram in India. Bahram was seeking an opportunity to finally experience a peaceful moment after years of unrest, famine, and war, and to save a life. Suddenly, he recalled the Kavanagh Palace and the hidden hall, thinking to himself, though the hall was narrow, its interior resembled a mysterious realm of 7 kingdoms. Once again, he nurtured the seed of kindness from angelic face girls in his heart. Reflecting further, he mused, Cyrus too discovered tranquility by the water of life when he encountered the 7 beautiful women. Therefore, he decided to propose to the 7 princesses from the 7 lands. The first daughter was from the lineage of Kyaenian kings, so he proposed to her with 1,000 jewels from her father. Then he sent a messenger to China and, using both threats and soft words, requested a 7-year tribute and marriage to his daughter in exchange for forgiving the tribute. The Chinese emperor sent his daughter with gifts to Bahram. Next, he sent an army to Rome, and the Roman emperor, fearing the loss of his land, agreed to betroth his daughter to Bahram. He then sent an envoy with gold and jewels to the king of Morocco, and proposed to his daughter, bringing the Moroccan girl into his possession. Subsequently, he sent a messenger to Khwarezmia to find a good-natured and worthy daughter for him. He also sent a letter to the king of Slav to find a beauty like a night bloom for him. After making the cypress from the garden of Slav his own, he turned his attention towards India, hoping to choose a clever daughter as his wife and fulfill his heart's desire. After the chaos caused by the Chinese Khan's attack subsided, Bahram decided to expand his influence in India. He called upon his minister, and informed him of his intention to embark on a journey. Bahram ventured into India alone, in disguise, to immerse himself in the culture and gather first-hand information. His ultimate goal was to hunt the Bengal tiger, leading him deep into the Indian jungles. As he pursued the tiger, the chase extended into the evening, forcing Bahram to seek refuge in a tree to evade other predators. He securely fastened himself to a tree branch with a sturdy belt to prevent any mishaps. As the morning dawned, Bahram spotted a mountain and made his way towards it to discover his next destination. Upon reaching the summit, he beheld a vibrant and lively city below. Descending the mountain path, he made his way towards the city and wandered through the bustling marketplace. Indian women adorned in colorful saris sang and danced, exuding charm and grace. In another corner, a man sat playing music, coaxing a snake out of its basket to dance. Bahram was captivated by the spectacle. He traversed every village and city, engaging with the locals, sharing meals, and immersing himself in their way of life. Eventually, he learned that the people valued courage and valor. Eager to demonstrate his own bravery and strength, Bahram endeavored to impress them. Continuing his journey, he discovered that the villages were frequently besieged by wild animals from the jungle, resulting in casualties almost daily. Despite the valiant efforts of many defenders, they too would eventually succumb to the attacks. Bahram arrived in a village situated amidst the dense forests of India, where a massive elephant was wreaking havoc by attacking the villagers, trampling them under its feet, and destroying their homes. The men in the village were too frightened to enter the jungle, fearing they might fall victim to the colossal elephant. However, Bahram was resolute in his determination to defeat the elephant and earn renown in that region. He sought out a guide to lead him to the elephant's location deep within the forest. The Indian guide took the lead, with Bahram following closely behind. They carried a bundle of fresh sugarcane stalks, hoping to entice the elephant with the sweet scent and draw it out. The jungle was so densely packed with trees that sunlight barely penetrated the canopy. Snakes slithered through the branches, observing the 2 men as they made their way through the forest. The Indian guide pressed on until they reached a marsh, where he indicated that the elephant must be close by. He declined to go any further and instructed Bahram to confront the elephant alone. The Indian man then climbed a tall tree, securing his scarf around his waist and the tree trunk to use as a belt to hoist himself up high. The elephant, busy wallowing in the mud, immediately perked up at the sweet scent of sugarcane, causing his mouth to water. He rose from the mud, emitting a cry, and vigorously waved his trunk in the air like a whip, then swung it around on the ground in search of the sugarcane. His trunk eagerly sought out the meaty flesh soaked in sugarcane juice, akin to a child licking their lips in anticipation of sweet cotton candy. The sugarcane juice, mixed with Bahram's body sweat, coated his towering body like tree sap. The elephant resembled a mountain of grey ash, with 2 white ivory tusks cascading down like avalanches from the summit. Its feet resembled the roots of a 300-year-old plane tree firmly planted on the mountain, while its trunk, like a long water gutter, nourished the surrounding plane trees. The elephant's ears, resembling 2 ship sails, possessed the power to lift Bahram off the ground with a mere movement. His 2 eyes, like snow-capped peaks, stood out amidst his grey-ash body. Bahram mastered his fear and drew an arrow from his quiver, aiming it towards the elephant's head. The arrow landed between the elephant's eyes, causing the elephant to raise its legs, intending to crush Bahram under its feet. But Bahram clung onto its trunk, swiftly climbing onto its neck like a sailor ascending a ship mast, and plunged a dagger into the elephant's throat. The elephant's blood dyed the lush green and black jungle crimson. The elephant let out a terrifying roar and brought Bahram to the ground. Bahram fell into a pool of blood flowing from the elephant's throat, as if he were a child being baptized for the first time. The elephant collapsed to the ground, causing the entire jungle to tremble, and the animals in the jungle fled in terror, as if a devastating earthquake had occurred. Bahram did not hesitate any longer. He emerged from the bloody pool and attacked the elephant, finishing the job. The elephant incredulously realized that its luck was fading, as this 2-foot creature jumped on its back and kept thrusting its sharp spear into its giant body. It was as if a hunter was conquering its territory. With no other breath left in the elephant, it let out its final breath, like a dark-colored mountain releasing its last bursts of volcano smoke before extinguishing. It took its final breath, and with that last breath, all the leaves of the trees fell like autumn wind separating from the branches and light once again passing through the tree branches, illuminating the dark soil. The guide watched in disbelief the confrontation between Bahram and the giant elephant. When he saw the lifeless body of the majestic elephant, he couldn't believe it, and astonished, carefully descended from the tree. Upon seeing the lifeless body of the elephant, he was overwhelmed with happiness, embraced Bahram, and started celebrating. Bahram returned to the village like a conqueror. The villagers welcomed him joyfully, and placed a flower necklace around his neck. The news of Bahram's victory over the elephant reached Shangal, the king of India, who then instructed his courtiers to bring the brave stranger to him. Upon Bahram's arrival at the court of the Indian king, he was warmly welcomed. The king looked at Bahram with curiosity, trying to discern who he was and the reason for his visit. The king's gaze was so intense that it resembled a jeweler admiring a new gem. Bahram introduced himself as one of Iranian commanders. He added, however, due to the slander of my enemies, the king misunderstood me and thought that I intended treachery. Therefore, I was afraid that he would imprison me or take my life. So I secretly fled from Bahram's army and have come to your prosperous land, hoping that you will protect me. Otherwise, my life is in danger, and if Bahram catches me, he will surely kill me. When Shangal saw the unknown man, a strong and brave young warrior, he became delighted that he had found a worthy soldier. So he replied, "Your presence in this land has been due to the kindness of the universe, and your destiny is such that you are to serve us. If you are wise, you can peacefully stay under our protection in this land." Days passed, and Bahram, with his merit, courage, and determination, caught the attention of the King of India and became part of his circle of friends. By fate, one of the nobles of India gathered an army and rebelled, seeking to seize the crown and throne from Shangal. Shangal prepared his army for battle, with Bahram leading the charge like a released arrow from a bow. With great agility, Bahram attacked the enemy elephants, fearlessly throwing them to the ground, causing panic and confusion among the enemy forces. From a hilltop vantage point, Shangal witnessed Bahram's unrivaled bravery. It didn't take long for tremors to shake the enemy army as they realized defeat was imminent. They scattered and were defeated, leaving their fallen comrades' bodies on the ground to be scavenged by vultures. Following this victory, Shangal was greatly pleased with Bahram's valor and rewarded him by marrying his daughter to him. As part of the dowry, Bahram received ivory, jewels, musk perfumes, and animal skins, and was appointed as the commander of Shangal's army. One day, Shangal invited Bahram to a feast and said, "I consider you a trustworthy, brave, and wise person. That's why I have brought my daughter to be engaged to you. This way, your loyalty to me will increase, and you can help organize the army with heart and soul. Eventually, we all have to leave this temporary world and return to a new life in a new body. I have no sons, so if you wish, I want to make you the heir to my kingdom, so that after my death, my family and country can live in peace and prosperity under your rule, away from enemies and wars." Bahram, seeing Shangal's kindness, could not hide his secret any longer. He revealed his true identity to Shangal and expressed his intention to bring the two lands' people closer together. Shangal, hearing Bahram's words, was amazed and delighted to find out that his son-in-law was the king of Iran. He asked for a gift in appreciation of his sacrifice. Bahram said, "I have seen your beautiful land, and I am captivated by the enchanting customs of your land and realized that the people there are endlessly joyful. I kindly request that you send some Indian jugglers to my country so that they can perform in our cities and bring happiness and entertainment to my people." Shangal granted the king of Iran's request, embraced Bahram as a friend, and appointed a commander to accompany the emperor and Indian princess to the Iranian border. With Bahram now having 7 wives from 7 different lands, like 7 pearls in a ring, he dedicated himself to happiness and fully embraced his youth.